When you hear the words cyber attack, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably locked servers, right? Maybe frantic IT teams running around. But what if the real danger isn't technical at all? What if the key to surviving isn't your firewall, but your reputation? Today, we're diving deep into cyber resilience, the art of not just surviving a hack, but surviving the chaos that comes after. So let me ask you this. A company gets hacked. The news is everywhere. What is the very first thing to actually break? Is it the network, the customer database? What really shatters in that initial moment? And the answer, well, it might surprise you. Long before a single server might fail, trust just evaporates. The confidence that your customers, your investors, your partners have in you, that's what breaks first. And believe me, once that's gone, it is incredibly hard to earn back. And that brings us to the real cost of a hack, which honestly, most people get wrong. We're so used to thinking about the legal fees, maybe some fines, but the immediate, most damaging firestorm, it's almost always about your reputation. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got reputation risk. That's a wildfire. The second the news breaks, it's out of your control, just scorching public perception. But litigation risk? That's more like a slow burn. Lawsuits take a long, long time, and the damage is often much more contained. So why is the reputational hit so bad? Well, for starters, news and social media are like a massive megaphone for the crisis. Words like hacked and ransomware, they trigger an immediate panic. Your investors, your clients, they don't wait around for a detailed report. Their doubt is instantaneous. And that forces you into spending a fortune on PR just to stop the bleeding. But here's the part that sounds backwards. The legal risk is often way lower. And why is that? Well, think about it. For someone to sue you and win, they have to prove their specific data was leaked and that it caused them direct, measurable financial harm. In the confusing fog of a major cyber attack, trying to connect those two dots is incredibly hard for one person. It's a really high bar to clear, which is why that big courtroom drama you might be picturing often never even happens. Okay, so if the main battle is for trust, how do you actually win it? The solution isn't just about buying more software. It's about building a structured, three-pillar defense. It's a whole governance framework built on three really powerful international standards. Pillar number one is ISO 27001. You can think of this as the foundation of your entire fortress. And it's not just about firewalls. It's a complete management system designed to keep all your information, from product designs to financial records, safe, accurate, and ready when you need it. So, to put it simply, this is your defense. It's the shield. This is what establishes the rules, the procedures, and the controls that become the solid bedrock of a secure organization. Honestly, without this, everything else is just built on sand. Next, we add a special layer on top. ISO 27701 is actually an extension to that first standard, and it zooms right in on one super critical area, privacy. This gives you the framework for managing personal information, making sure you're following all the rules, like GDPR. And this is where you prove you're playing by the rules. You see, compliance isn't just about dodging fines. It's a huge part of earning back that trust. It's how you can look your customers and regulators in the eye and say, we take your privacy seriously and we have the internationally recognized system to prove it. But what happens if, despite your best efforts, your defenses are breached? That's where the third pillar, ISO 22301, comes in. This is all about business continuity. It is the plan that makes sure your most important operations can survive and recover from any major disruption, especially a nasty cyber attack. And this, right here, this is the ultimate goal, isn't it? Resilience. It's the ability to take a massive hit, stay on your feet, and get right back to business. It's a huge mindset shift. You stop trying to be invincible, and you start making sure you're unbreakable. Now, the really important thing to get here is that these pillars aren't just standalone things. They're designed to link together, to forge a powerful chain of resilience. So let's take a quick look at how they connect. So it works kind of like this. ISO 27701 builds the main wall. That's your baseline defense. Then ISO 27701 adds extra guards and specific rules for your most sensitive data. And finally, ISO 22301 is your emergency evacuation and recovery plan, making sure that even if someone gets over the wall, the whole city doesn't collapse. It's defense, then compliance, and then resilience.
And this table just lays it out perfectly. Look at the different departments that take the lead on each one. IT is focused on defense, legal is driving compliance, and operations is all about resilience. And their goals are different too. One team measures success by having fewer incidents, another by passing audits, and the third by how fast the business can get back online. They're separate missions, but they are all connected.
So the big question is, how do you get all these different departments with their different goals to actually work together? Okay, so that's the theory. Let's talk about how to actually put this into action and unify these defenses into one single strategy. The magic word here is integration. You have to break down those silos. First thing you do, get everyone in the same room. Create a single governance committee with leaders from IT, legal, and operations. No more turf wars. Second, you build a unified risk model. What that means is, when a new security threat pops up, it is automatically looked at for how it impacts privacy and business continuity. It's one conversation, not 3 separate ones. Third, you have to physically link your processes. A security alert shouldn't just ping the IT team, it should set off a whole chain of actions across all 3 areas. And finally, you have to practice. You run drills that test the entire chain, from the very first alert all the way to a full business recovery. Which brings us to the most important takeaway. And really, this is a mandate for every leader out there. Building real cyber resilience is not a task you can just hand off to the IT department and forget about. It demands a top-down, fully integrated vision. So, what's the action plan? Well, it boils down to 3 key steps. 1. Form that unified governance committee. Get them working together. 2. Develop a clear, simple roadmap for integrating these 3 standards. And 3. Make cyber resilience a permanent item in the boardroom by demanding an annual report on your organization's progress. Because in the end, it all comes back to this one idea. This isn't just about managing risk. This is about investing in trust. By building a truly resilient organization, you are literally building trust capital with your customers, your partners, and your investors. So the final question isn't whether you can prevent every single attack. It's whether you've built an organization strong enough to be trusted after one happens.